All right, so I've got these Gigas that can get born, they can run around, and they can starve to death. That's really great. They can age. What they can't do is they can't eat apples. So I need to now change the next thing. So I need to decide how much energy is in an apple and and how they eat an apple. So I'll probably put the energy in an apple here. So I've got a couple of apple variables here. I'm going to make a new variable. Make a variable which is, and this is for all sprites again because it's never going to change. It's going to be stuck. It's like a constant. Energy in an apple. Okay, it's for all sprites. And I'm going to go ahead and set the energy in an apple to 3. So the energy in an apple is 3. So at the start of the program, it's going to show up as 3, and it's always going to be 3. So now, going to my little Giga here, it's moving around right here. So I should probably put the eating somewhere in here. So I'm going to say if you are touching an apple, if you are touching an apple, and that's under sensing. If touching an apple, then change your Giga energy by the energy in an apple. That makes sense. So I'm going to go to my variables, and it's going to change my Giga energy. Remember, that's how much energy this individual Giga has. Change my Giga energy by the energy in an apple. Click this so it doesn't show up. All right, so now let's go ahead and see how much energy he has at all times, each Giga. So I'm going to put this back so I can see what's going on. My Giga energy, and see. 5. Whoa! The energy went crazy. Why did it go up so much? Oh, I know why it went up so much. Because as it's touching the apple, it's getting 3 every billionth of a second. It's touching the apple. So I need to add something else here. Not just if touching apple, then change energy. I also have to say wait until not touching apple. Wait until not touching apple. Or no, that's under motion. So wait until I'm not just makes it the opposite. Wait until I'm not touching the apple. So I'm going to go to sensing. Wait until not touching apple. Okay, so let's see what happens. Okay, it's 5. Hits an apple. That's interesting. Did it go up at all? I wonder if it went up at all. Let's see. 5, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh yes, it did go up, but now it's just stuck on the apple. Why isn't it moving anymore? Oh, I know why. Because it gets stuck here. It's not moving because it's waiting while it's stuck on the apple. What I need to do is also delete the apple. So I'll go over here and I'll say go to random position, and then forever see if you're touching a Giga. Forever, if touching Giga, which is under sensing, if touching Giga, then delete this apple. So delete. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, he was able to eat the apple. The apple disappeared. Oh, wait a second, I got a problem. Because I wanted new apples to show up every time an apple was eaten. But that's not happening. I can already tell that that's not going to happen. So they run into the apples. The apples get deleted. Yeah, the new ones are not showing up. Why not? Because there's supposed to be at least 10 apples according to my current setup. Well, I think I know what's going on. The problem is that the computer still thinks there are 10 apples. So going to the apple, what I need to do is before I delete this clone, I need to change the apple count by -1. So I'm going to go to variables, and change the apple count by -1. So total apple count by -1. All right, now let's see if when an apple is eaten, if a new apple shows up. Yes, a new apple showed up as it was being eaten. Okay, perfect. You know, it's really nice to keep track of how many apples there are, because this is probably one of the very few things I want to know, which is the total apple count. And as I run the project, I want to always keep track of how many apples there are. I probably also want to keep track of how many gigas there are. So I need to make a variable which is total giga count. It's for all sprites. And whenever a giga is created, which is actually here, gigas are created. So create a clone of giga is right here. So I'm going to change total giga count by 1 every time a giga is created. And then every time a giga is killed, which is here and here, I'm going to decrease the giga count by -1. So change total giga count by -1. And change total giga count by -1. So this should show me how many gigas I have at any given time. And I can see that I have 4. And as they die, either of starvation or old age, they go to 0. Okay, perfect. So let's see. Last thing I want to do is I don't need it to say my energy all the time anymore. So I'm going to have it say nothing. I'll just use this when I want to see what's going on. It's sort of a diagnostic tool. So now I can run this thing. Why did it get stuck here? This seems odd. That one starved to death even though he was touching an apple. That is definitely a glitch, because all the other ones, when they touch an apple, the apple dies. Well, I'll just assume there's a glitch somewhere. It's okay. I think if it hits the apple in exactly the right spot, it can get stuck on the apple, but for the most part, they are able to delete the apples, get energy from the apples. Okay, great. They can starve to death, and they can make more gigas. This is really great. Okay, so awesome. Let me go ahead and stop here for a second, make a new video.